This changes everything for the Baltimore Orioles. Could we see one young pitcher to stardom very soon? And how Adley Rutschman has big hopes for this guy coming up. Welcome to Orioles Digest. I'm your host, Kam Brice. And like I said in every video, if you're a part of this percentage, let's change it today. Come join Orioles Digest. We're giving you daily updates about the Baltimore Orioles every single day that you don't want to miss. Spring training has been very exciting for the Baltimore Orioles, but there's one young pitcher who is on everyone's mind, and his name is Cade Povich. In a recent interview, Adley Rutschman had this to say about Cade Povich. It's been awesome to watch, Rutschman said. I think everyone just knows how good he is, but just getting comfortable pitching in the big leagues, knowing that his stuff plays and that he can get guys out with the stuff he has, and he doesn't need to be anything other than who he is. That's what I feel like you kind of saw today. It's just him being comfortable in that role. Cade Povich has been very good this spring. Yes, I know. It's only 2 games. Slow your roll down, Cam. Don't hype him up too much. I told you guys this before. Baby Max Fried. This can be one of our better pitchers, our 2, our 3, for the next 10 to 15 years. You never know. I think Cade Povich can be very good. So let's get into our first topic of the day. Cade Povich is dominating this spring. Oh, Cade has been on a tear this spring. 2 games, yes, I know, only 5 innings, but 7 strikeouts in 5 innings. Let's say this is a 9 inning type of game. That means Cade Povich is having around 8 to 10 strikeouts per 9 innings. Oh, this guy is going to be dominant. I've told you guys this before, and a lot of people in the comments have not believed me. But I told you we have a star on the rise in Cade Povich. He's not a bullpen guy. He's not going back down to Norfolk. He's a guy that the Baltimore's can really trust, and I've loved him ever since last year. Yes, I know he came up to the MLB, and he looked pretty bad at first. It was a lot of walks. But during his stretch in September, he looked very good at the end of the season, and that carried on to this offseason. Adley Rutschman said he's working on a lot of pitches. Cade Povich looks dominant. And the thing about him is his control. When he's not walking batters, he looks like a very good pitcher. But the second he gets that first walk, that's when everything starts to go downhill. So let's take a look at his 2024 regular season stats. Yes, I know. About 72 and a half innings pitched. ERA is over 5. Strikeouts is up there. The whip is not bad, but the main thing about Cade Povich last season was his control. And this year, he's became a more controllable pitcher. So this is a guy that we have to watch out. And this is not going to be the only topic we're talking about. I'm going to get into if he could really be a star for the Baltimore Orioles soon. Will Cade be in the start rotation this year? I think so. A guy like this, you have to put in the starting rotation. I know we have Dean Kramer, Togano, Grace Rodriguez, and Zach Eflin. After that, it's Charlie Morton, Trevor Rogers, Albert Suarez, who hasn't been as good this spring, and then you have Cade Povich. The thing about Cade that makes this team so much better is that he's young. Fastball sits around 98, 99 miles per hour. And he throws that two-seamer to like 95, 96, but it feels like 101, and we watched it multiple games this spring. It just rises, and then it attacks right there. And the batter has no ability to change his swing path. So his deception. And if you know who Ryan Ripken is, he's one of the best baseball analysts we have in Baltimore. And he analyzed the game so well. And he talked about Cade Povich and the way that his fastball is a deception. You can think it's 92, it's 90, and out of nowhere, it's 98. And then when he has that fastball that you think it's going to be 98, 97, and you're just sitting back, you're waiting because you're going to attack fast. There's also a lot of factors that go into starting rotation. I don't believe Trevor Rogers will be a starting pitcher in this team. He could be in a bullpen, but Brandon Hyde also said that you could use Albert Suarez in the 6th, Cade Povich in the 7th, Yunier Cano in the 8th, Then you follow up with Félix Bautista. That's kinda good, but at the same time, the guy with this much talent cannot be in the bullpen. This is a guy that can go 6, 7 innings, give you over 12, 13 strikeouts, and just provide life to your offense and defense. I think Cade is the right guy for this job, and I hope he gets that number 5 spot in the starting rotation. But we're gonna take a deep dive into the starting rotation and what I think it should be in 2025. What will the starting rotation look like this season for the Baltimore Orioles? Oh, we all know MLB Network posted their starting rotation. And when fans saw this, they were like, what is Trevor Rogers doing here? My same exact reaction. I don't believe in Trevor Rogers anymore. I told you guys before that we just have to wait, but the injuries just keep piling up. And it's just like at this point, we might as well just take that trade as one of the worst trades Mike Elias has done. And at some point, Mike Elias just has to accept that wasn't a trade that he should have done. He did it. Oh, well, it's over. We have a new team. We still have prospects. We still have guys ready to go every single day. Now let's look at the rotation options the MLB Network presented for the Baltimore Orioles. Zach Eflin, Grayson Rodriguez, Charlie Morton, Dean Kramer, Sagano, Rogers, Suarez, and Cade. I think it could possibly be Grayson Rodriguez is your opening day starter. Then you go to Zach Eflin. That's your 2. Sagano or Dean Kramer, they're going to be fighting for that 3 to 4 spot, but I think you give it to Sagano because he's one of the best pitchers in Japan, and he can do much. But if he struggles, then you put Dean Kramer in that 3. At 4, Dean Kramer, very good guy, very dependable. I think he'll have amazing season this year. Him in that 4 spot is very good. When he's in that 3, that 2 spot, that puts more pressure on Dean, and he doesn't succeed. Now the 5 is interesting because I don't think they're gonna go with Albert Suarez back in the starting rotation again. I think they like him in the bullpen, especially how he's performed this spring training. It hasn't been good at all. And then Cade. I think if you add Cade to that 5 spot, it's very dangerous. I didn't miss Charlie Morton because I think Charlie Morton could be a guy that the Baltimore Orioles kinda just having that 6 spot starter range. You can go to long relief bullpen position sometimes. And then when the playoffs come, you could put Charlie Morton in the starting rotation. You could put him in different types of situations. I think he's old enough. I don't think you have to pitch him over 140 innings again. That's not the team we want to control. I think Charlie Morton is just there for more guys' development. Just a veteran pitcher in that leadership role like Corbin Burns was. And we don't have to force him in this starting rotation. He can also go to the bullpen. That's the good thing about the Baltimore's bullpen. We have so many options. So if Albert Suarez, Rogers, and Morton go to the bullpen, that puts Janier Cano, Felix Bautista, Cionel Perez, Keegan Aiken. That kind of gives them some rest. So they don't have to be pressing every single day to be dominant. And this makes the Baltimore Orioles one of the most versatile bullpens in the MLB. Like I said before, the starting rotation is going to be Grayson Rodriguez, Zach Eflin, Sagano, Dean Kramer, Cade, Povich. I think this is going to be one of the best rotations in the AL. One of the most underrated pitching staffs in the MLB. And I know a lot of people talked about the Baltimore Orioles not spending any money this offseason, but they did it right because these players are developing the right way. Now that's all we have for today, folks. Thank you for joining Orioles Digest. Turn on post notifications, hit that subscribe button. I'm giving you daily updates about the Baltimore Orioles every single day that you don't want to miss. From Orioles Digest, I'm your host, Kam Brice.